Hey everyone, how's it going? I am iamxeracon and I am back once again. So I wasn't completely certain if I was going to be making a video today. I knew that I mentioned it yesterday, I said there was a possibility, but since it's kind of late right now, I mean it's not really late, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but since it's later in the day, I wasn't completely feeling up to it. But I said, what the heck, I'm probably going to have, if I don't do it today, I'll have to postpone it and do it later. So let's jump right into it. So, if in case you haven't noticed or have heard, there's Google's doing a streaming console called the Stadia, and that's supposed to be coming out sometime this year. And from also what I've heard, Amazon's considering also jumping into the ring, as well as Walmart. So, what this means is that you will be, and they also advertise you'll be able to play these games in 4K at 60 frames per second. So what this means essentially is that you'll be able to pay. You'll buy this the console, or if you have some sort of other Google system like a Chromecast or what's it called, a Chromebook. If you have one of those, you should be able to stream it to those. Otherwise, you'll need to buy the console, which I don't think I've heard of a price yet for it, but I don't think it should be too expensive. Maybe it'll be $150, maybe at most $200. That's my guess. But you'll have the device, whatever you're streaming to, and you'll probably pay a monthly fee like Netflix, so maybe something probably about $20 a month, I would think, maybe $20 a month, maybe something about $100 a year. Some that's my guesstimation because we don't know anything about this, even though there was a big, well, not a big, but there was a reveal trailer a week or so ago. So, at first, when I thought about that, when I heard about this, of course, obviously, I laughed it off and thought that this thing's just going to blow away, and we're not going to hear anything about this because it'll be a fail. I mean, Apple tried this at one point and it failed. I mean, seriously, I don't think there's any reason. I don't think gamers would want this. However, and this is the part where I started to, after thinking about it for a while, I started to have my doubts and rethink my decisions. I don't think that the Stadia is going, if it works and they're able to get it streaming successfully, I have a feeling that it's not going to blow up. It's not going to blow up in the sense that it's not going to be a failure. I think that this could just be the beginning. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, take the casual gamer, the casual market, and then say even people who can't afford either a console or a decent rig, a PC rig. For people like those, they'll think, oh wow, I just buy this console, or if I just buy the Chromecast dongle, I'll be all set. Shoot, I'm already paying for Netflix. Another subscription isn't going to kill me. And that is going to be the problem. Because of the casual market, which, to be honest, is the bane of many niche or any other sort of genre or hobby, it's going to infest it, and it's going to cause complications for that crowd. So, what I mean by that is the fact that this will gain momentum, and from that, because they'll be more successful, it's not the problem of the fact that Google and then Amazon and Walmart and whoever else wants to try it will be able to be a problem. It's the fact that the major companies will be a problem. If Sony, Nintendo, and, well, I mean, Microsoft's sort of already doing that, but they're already doing that with the Game Pass and trying to bring it everywhere. But I don't see them really having a big problem because they're already bringing stuff over to PC as full games themselves. So I don't really see a problem with what Microsoft is doing. But with Sony and Nintendo, I can see them possibly trying to do the same thing as far as implementing a streaming service. And then as this goes on and continues, that will be something that just becomes the norm. In fact, it will possibly see not only physical media die out, which is something that I completely do not want, but we will also have, say, we'll also see the extinction of traditional gaming. By having streaming services for games, you are losing the ability to own the games. You are losing the ability to mod the games, I mean, if you're like on PC, you can't really do that necessarily in consoles, but you can on PC, you are losing many aspects and abilities of having the game. You will not be able to do anything outside of what the companies want you to do. You will not be able to back up your games because, again, you don't own them, so you can't back them up. So this is going to be what the problem is. And while I think that it's something that probably won't be too successful, I do feel like in the long term it will be something that changes the industry. What I'm trying to say is that this is something that the gaming community can't ignore. We can't just laugh off the Stadia and say that it'll be a failure, because while the hardcore or the core gamers or gamers who care about collecting or who care about owning games, even if it's digitally, that's going to be a problem for us, because while we might not care about it and will laugh it off, the casual market will not. They will see this as something that they can just buy. Remember the Wii? Even though the Wii in the long term wasn't successful. But, technically it was because it sold over 100 million units, but the point is the fact that the mainstream market will buy what is appealing to them. Even though they don't necessarily care, they will still buy it because they don't know about the things. They don't know about or too much information as we do. Now, another problem is, as far as if it isn't successful, is the fact that not everyone has the best internet or can stream the games. If you're living out in a rural area, you're not going to have the best internet. If you, say, don't have a good internet speed with the company with the internet service provider that you have, and even say if you're not in some wooded area, say you're living out in the suburbs, or if maybe you're even living in a city, but for the sake of argument, say that your internet still isn't great. That means that you cannot play the Stadia or any other streaming service because your internet is just that bad. Now, what I want everyone to do is just pretty much just, if you have social media or something like that, just, say that, hey, let's not buy the Stadia. Let's not endorse the Stadia. Let's not give it any attention at all. Technically I'm giving it attention now because I'm trying to address the issue, but the point is, let's not buy it. Let's encourage people that the Stadia is a bad idea, because this will impact the future of gaming. Whether you're willing to admit it or not, it's just a fact. And while it might not impact us right now, say 5-10 years, streaming might become more mainstream. And the mainstream is what's scary. As long as something is niche, it can be protected, it can be safe. But once something is mainstream, that's when it starts to become diluted. And that's it for today, everyone. I'll see you all next time. Wait, let me do that again. And so that's it for today, everyone. Until next time, I am iamxeracon signing out. Have a good one. Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe and leave a comment below. Also, follow me on Twitter to stay up to date on news and details. I'll see you next time.